want to start off today talking about the Sarasota and Manatee real estate stats. They come out every month. We talked about Tampa's a week or two ago. And we'll start with the single-family homes in Sarasota County. There were 549 sales this year in November, 568 last year, so a drop-off in the number of sales. However, the average sale price this year was $414,000 compared to $327,000 last year. 4.1 months of inventory versus 4.3 last year. Single-family homes in Manatee County, number of sales was up, 429 last year, 461 this year. Interestingly enough, seeing more of them being paid in cash. $362,000 was the average sale price. It was $338 last year, and similar to the single-family home market in Sarasota, hovering around 4.2 to 4.3 months of inventory. Then we had the distressed market, which I thought was interesting that they went into detail about it because there's very little distressed sales happening, and I know that was a part of the article. Very small percentage of the market is distress sales, which shouldn't be that surprising for people. Townhouses and condos in Sarasota County, a lot more sales in November of 17 compared to November of 16. 325 sales of townhomes and condos compared to 258 last year, and average sale price this year of $493 compared to $322 last year. Ironically enough, I'm sure there's a lot of luxury properties pulling those numbers up, but it's rare to see the average sale price of a single-family home be lower than the average sale price of a condo. But I think you've got a lot of development in Sarasota County that is waterfront and high-end, and this time of year you're targeting those wealthy northerners that are snowbirds that are here in town. So I know that probably had a factor in it, because the average sale price for a townhome or condo in Manatee County, where you don't see as much of the waterfront development opportunity, was only $222,000, so less than half of what the average sale price for a townhome and condo in Sarasota. Number of closed sales, 186 in townhomes and condos for Manatee County compared to 160 last year, and again that same 4.2 or 4.3 months of inventory. So interestingly enough, if you look at the Sarasota Manatee market, you're seeing a higher percentage now of new construction sales. I think a lot more new developments have come and been built. You're seeing more of the smart home technology and safer build, safer construction, because we've had the hurricane scares. But I've been hearing rumblings that there's a push for millennials moving there, which is surprising, and obviously they would be more likely to want townhomes and condos that are turnkey, maintenance free, that sort of thing. So, but I was surprised by the prices. $493,000 is the average sale price.
Well, you're having a lot of, especially spending some time down there, you're having a lot of development in the downtown area, kind of like we're having here, and it's just all of those prices are more expensive down there. Everything's waterfront, everything's developing downtown. You even have a lot of apartment construction downtown, because again, it goes back to the millennial stuff. So it's just a different market.
Yeah, the growth in the market though is really townhomes and condos. If you look at the combination of Sarasota and Manatee single family home sales year over year, it's relatively consistent, but you see a lot more sales in the townhome and condo segment. So that's really where the growth is coming. There's more townhome and condo sales happening than there have been previously, and again, a lot more development catering to the the baby boomers that want to retire or have a second home, and then of course millennials that are starting to gravitate towards buying their first home. And I saw another study, and I can't remember the article because it wasn't on our list of articles today, but it was about the average sale price in Sarasota Manatee for first-time home buyers, and it was really high. So it was more or less like these are people that maybe skipped the starter home and bought like a higher-end home, or who just simply moved from somewhere else, was a high earner at a young age.
Aren't the millennials waiting a little bit longer to buy their first house?
Yeah, so maybe they're saving a little bit more. They're having a little bit more. They're having a little bit more down payment, so they afford a little bit more money.
Right, get a little bit nicer house.
But interestingly, it was surprising to see the average sale price on the townhomes and condos for Sarasota County being as high as it was. I mean, $500,000 for the average.
That's a lot.
That's telling you there's a lot of $1 million sales in the condo townhome market in Sarasota
Especially
County.
when you compare it to Tampa and Hillsborough.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the average sale price of our townhomes and condos in Hillsborough County, it's much, much, much lower. I mean, you get some activity on the beach and downtown where you can get some higher end penthouse stuff, but you got a lot of sales in the hundreds and the 200s, so that 500,000 number ain't happening here. You know, so anyway, you know, another challenge that they're having there though, as these prices rise, you know, and I've seen articles about this, is affordable housing. You know, that's one of the struggles that people feel about Sarasota and Manatee, is there's not a lot of affordable options, and I mean, there are some, but certainly not like there are in Tampa. There's not a lot of options out there for nice, you know, especially Sarasota County, for nice stuff in the affordable ranges where incomes, you know, need to support it. So it's certainly a segment of the market that needs to be addressed. And there's some we've had D.R. Horton on the show before, and they've got some express, you know, product. They've got some things that they're doing, but it's really a gap in the marketplace there. There's just not a lot of affordable inventory in Sarasota County. Now, if you get out into Manatee, you see it, but not much affordable happening in Sarasota, and people are concerned that, you know, that the Sarasota County market is maybe overhyped because of that. Like, there isn't that entry-level product, and there's not enough of that inventory, so if that doesn't come in, then it doesn't trickle. You don't have the move-up activity that creates a lot of sales. So certainly you know, a piece of the market that's missing. And I know you go down there a lot, Robert, too, and I think it's probably something you see. If you follow the news and the articles down there, you see people talking about there's a gap in the market for that.
Yeah, and you're always concerned because you want it to develop into something that's separate from just a second home market. So
Right.
you need to get some activity in there where people are, you know, going to work every day.
And it's grown past being just a second.
Oh,
home
totally,
market.
totally. But if, you know, if the market dipped or whatever, you know, if we had a contraction of jobs, you know, never know in 10 years or
Right.
whatever. I mean, you have to have jobs down there for people to actually work and afford homes that they're building in the market. And right now there's just a gap of, you know, there's a lot of expensive homes, but where are the jobs? So it's just one of those things where it's going to have to work itself out. And I think eventually it will. But you also have to have some builders wanting to go down there and build a more affordable product. And when they know that they can build much more expensive and sell them, it's hard.
Yeah, especially, you know, I mean, just like anyone else, they're in business to make a profit. So if they can't build it and make a profit, why would they spend the energy and effort to do it?